Kennedy Dragons. Today is Monday. It is November 15th. It's the last Monday that we have before Thanksgiving. I am Mr. Butcher. It is my job to keep you guys safe so that you guys can show us how excellent you can be. Hopefully you left your average at home or on the bus and you are ready to have a respectful and responsible day. Responsible is just doing your job with a smile on your face and giving perfect effort. And one of our first responsibilities is to be ready to show respect for the rights that we have in this country. We do this by daily saying our Pledge of Allegiance, our school pledge, as well as our moment of silence. When we do our pledge, we want to stop what we're doing, stand up tall, put our hand over our hearts like this. We want to say the pledge loudly, clearly, and with pride. Let's get ready to do our pledges now. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for the Kennedy School Pledge. I pledge myself as a Kennedy Dragon to be ready for the day ahead of me. I will be respectful of myself, my teachers, and all others I meet throughout the day. I promise to be responsible for myself, my actions, and my learning. I'll work my hardest to be the best dragon I can be. Please take a moment to reflect silently on our day, our activities, and what we hope to accomplish. I've already said it once, responsible is doing your job with a smile on your face and giving perfect effort. Another responsibility that we have is to try to keep each other safe. We do this by trying to slow down the spread of germs. Well, how do we do that? Well, a great way of doing that is making sure that we wash these hands. Washing our hands frequently throughout the day. Hopefully we can do it with soap and water. If you can't get access to soap and water, an alcohol-based hand sanitizer will be okay. When we wash our hands, we want to make sure we're getting all parts of our hands, the palms, the backs, in between our fingers, our fingertips, our wrists, and our thumbs. When we wash our hands, we want to do it for at least 20 seconds. Let's model what good hand washing looks like now. So let's get the palms of our hands, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get the back of your hand, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get the back of the other hand, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get in between your fingers, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get your fingertips, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your other set of fingertips, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your thumb, 3, 4, 5. Your other thumb. Your wrist, and your other wrist. And now your hand should be nice and clean. All right, now that we've done our pledges, our moment of silence, we washed our hands, let's get started with our birthdays today. Happy birthday to Aiden Gordon, who's 10, Tommy Lance, who's 10, Colby McDonald is 9 years old, Armani Huertas is 11, and happy birthday, Miss Bryan. We'll make sure we get your birthday ribbon. Responsible is doing our job with a smile on our face and giving perfect effort. Another responsibility that we have each morning is to make our lunch choice. Lunch today is barbecue pork sandwich, coleslaw, creamy coleslaw, savory baked beans, baked lays, and applesauce. If you do not want the barbecue sandwich, you can always get PB&J or yogurt and muffin. All right, we have leaders today that are putting together our canned food drive items. Last week, we collected a total of 1,537 items, food items. Third grade brought in the most with 626. Our top class was Miss Brown with 171 total items. Great job. We do have enough to supply Thanksgiving dinner for 40 different families because of you. Thank you very, very much. It's time for our picture of the week. Here's last week's picture. We do this because we have a goal of increasing our vocabulary and also, too, improving our writing. You guys have turned this into a great writing program. Friday, we asked you to find prepositions. Prepositions and prepositional phrases are words that show a relationship between two nouns. Mr. McCoy's class, Freddie's hand is in the air. He's waving at the crowd. The team is with the trophy. Miss Kinney's class at Freddie Freeman is standing by the World Series trophy. Freddie Freeman is standing on the stage. There are people out in the audience celebrating the Braves. Miss Ham's class, the Braves walked from the locker room onto the field of the stadium. They were met with signs of congratulations and proud fans. In the middle of the field, sun gleamed down onto the marvelous trophy. Everyone was elated that the Braves had won it. Excellent job. All right, here is our picture of this week. Here you go. Picture of the week is right here. Once again, Monday, we just look at it, talk about it, kind of figure it out. Tuesday, we will do nouns. Wednesday, we will do verbs. Thursday, adjectives and adverbs. Friday, prepositional phrases. But here's our picture of the week. It's fitting because Thanksgiving's coming up, so here you go. Here's your picture of the week. All right, we're a week away from our Thanksgiving break, so here's today's morning message on Thanksgiving, overcoming greed. Have you ever had a case of the gimmies? That's when you're always saying, gimme this, gimme that, gimme, gimme, gimme. When you got a case of the gimmies, we are spending far too much time thinking about what we wish we had and not enough time being thankful for what we do have. It's like the old story of King Midas, who, despite all his rooms of gold, wanted more. Gimme more gold, he cried out. Let everything I touch turn to gold. Well, Midas got his wish, and when he hugged his beloved daughter, she turned into a cold and lifeless statue of gold. Don't be like King Midas, who forgot to be thankful for the things that really mattered, for the love of his precious daughter. Fighting off those gimmies, make a list of 5 things of which you are most thankful. It's something to think about on Mr. Butcher. Make today your masterpiece or not. Remember, the choice is yours. Be thankful for what you have. All right. You do have to wear your mask if you ride the bus. And sometimes if your class has a COVID exposure, you have to wear your mask if you're going to be here. So if you are choosing to wear your mask or you have to wear your mask, let's make sure that we're putting it on the right way, putting it on over your nose, over your mouth. Make sure it's tied around your ears. You guys have a great day. That is all we have for announcements. So please help me.
Me and your teachers keep you safe. That is our job.
And your job is to help us keep you safe.
And you can help us by being a ready, respectful, and responsible student who is focused on graduating in the year.
Because when you are a ready, respectful, and responsible student focused on graduation, you are boldly committed to student success. I love you very much. Have a great Today's read aloud is The Day the Goose Got Loose. The author is Reeve Lindbergh. Reeve Lindbergh wrote the words. And the illustrator is Stephen Kellogg. The illustrator is the person that drew the pictures. The Day the Goose Got Loose. I'm going to read this to you. I'm going to try to model what good readers do, which is read fluently. Read the words correctly at a good pace, not too fast, not too slow, and with expression. As I do this, you guys practice what good readers do. Thinking about, this is a fiction book, so we're going to think about the characters, who or what the story's about, the setting, where and when the story's taking place, and the sequence of events. We're having first, next, and last. And we're going to try to make predictions. We're going to try to ask questions, why things are happening, what do we think is going to happen next, because that's what good readers do as they try to comprehend. The Day the Goose Got Loose by Reeve Lindbergh. When the goose got loosed, she caused a riot. What's a riot? That's a good vocabulary word. No one ever thought she'd try it. There wasn't any more peace and quiet the day the goose got loose. What do you think a riot is? Look at the pictures. Oh, all kinds of crazy things. Riots. Things are out of control. When the goose got loose, the hens were mad. The goose ate all the grain that they had. The rooster sulked and the chicks were sad the day the goose got loose. Why do you think the rooster sulked and the chicks were sad? When the goose got loose, the sheep were scared. They huddled together and shivered and stared. They would have come into the house if they dared, the day the goose got loose. When the goose got loose, the ram went wild. He butted the Bixby's younger child. Her dress got messed and her hair was unstyled. The day the goose got loose, butted with his head. When the goose got loose, the horses were glad. They kicked up their heels and ran like mad. The colt was silly, the filly was bad. The day the goose got loose. I think we can figure out what a riot is now. When the goose got loose, the cows were tense. The goose provoked a bull named Spence. He charged right through the pasture fence. The day the goose got loose. Uh-oh. That's Spence. You can tell he's a bull because he's got the horns. When the goose got loose, our herd was gone. They galloped to the courthouse lawn. The sergeants brought them back at dawn. The day the goose got loose. When the goose got loose, my dad was annoyed. He said this wasn't a day he enjoyed. His morning routine was completely destroyed. Look at Dad, he's still in his pajamas. The day the goose got loose. When the goose got loose, Mom was upset. She said the goose was a personal pet. She walked all around with a butterfly net. The day the goose got loose. What do you think she's using that net for? A butterfly net? To catch the goose? Maybe. When the goose got loose, my brother knew why. He heard the wild geese flying high. They stood in the meadow and waved goodbye. The day the goose got loose. I think the goose wants to go with the rest of them. When the goose got loose, my grandmother said, quite late in the evening, just before bed, I wonder what thoughts went through her head. The day the goose got loose. What thoughts do you think were going through her head? When the goose got loose, I dreamed a dream of a flock of geese in a silver stream, some tame and some wild, in a fine feathered team. It's a cool dream. How do you think it's going to end? The day the goose got loose was all a dream. The Day the Goose Got Loose by Reed Lindbergh.